to Mono Rants at the Movies, a podcast where we rant about films you may have seen at house parties. I'm one of your hosts and jack of all trades, Mono, and taking every small injury as an excuse to shoot me in the head is my co-host and master of none, Kira.
Oh yeah, that's what strategic saves are for.
That's one of my favourite things about this film. And not just like the joke we made last week about Tom Cruise dying all the time.
Tom Cruise dies in many hilarious ways.
They're so funny. Some of them are just the way she just so flippantly kills him. And,
yeah.
It's
the way
good.
I want a montage of noir deaths a la the drummer from
Spinal Tap.
Yeah, but in Edge of Tomorrow style. Because some of the yelps, when he gets run over by the lorry and he doesn't die immediately because there's like the person shouting at him as well. Being like,
what were you thinking?
Yeah. But the yelps, the many yelps, also the ones where he's like, no, my leg is just broken, it's fine. He's like crawling away
from her. Yes, but before we get onto that, I was wrong. Kimmel is not the guy I thought he was.
No,
but
he's
he is the one you thought I was.
He is the one I thought he was.
Yes, he is the guy from behind the chip counter in Black Books.
Oh, the lockout episode.
Yes.
It's a fucking brilliant episode.
Not the You've Got Right On You guy. Two different people.
Yeah, but Tony Way is brilliant. Like, he was in a lot of Black Books and like kind of similar. I don't think he might have been in Spaced. I'm not 100%, but would have been very much in the same circles as like Bill Bailey, Simon Pegg.
He is very good in this. He's probably about the only kind of fun one of not that the rest of them are like unfun. They're just kind of there.
Yeah.
But we'll get on to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Because yes, we are talking Edge of Tomorrow.
Or Live, Die, Repeat, as it is in some streaming, and how they kind of remarketed it after it didn't do so good in the movie, in the cinema.
That's fine as a tagline. It's bad as a title, I think. I mean,
I didn't think they didn't lean like heavy enough into it was a manga.
Well, I mean, the giant sword kind of tells you.
Yeah, and the mech suits. I do love a mech suit.
Yes.
Also, reuse of my favourite gun noise.
Oh, the pulse rifle noise.
Yay!
It's not exactly the pulse rifle noise, but yeah, it's close enough.
It's close enough to it that it gives me joy in my heart.
Yeah, it's like...
the suits aren't overused either. Like, they could be very much because they're talking about how they're this new innovation and like just in one day in the suit, your one was able to like mash everybody at Verdun.
Yeah.
But with how much hype they're giving the suits and that it's, elite combat and we're going to smash the mimics, they don't actually overuse them. No,
they feature
they actually
heavily
become
in the
more of a hindrance than anything else.
Yeah, they feature heavily in the kind of
the training
/ mid-section. And then they kind of fall out of it, and then they come into use a little bit again at the end. Like, they are. They're not. It's not like the whole movie they're running around in these suits.
No.
So yeah, they are. They're not that they're used sparingly, but yeah, they're not overused at all.
Yeah, because it'd be very easy to overuse them in it.
No, and
or overcomplicate them, which I always thought was part of the problem with like Pacific Rim is why the two pilot thing. You could just make it really hard to be able to control a mech suit.
These are just power suits, and the only thing that we really know about them is they are battery powered, so that you need batteries.
Packs because
they also have a safety.
Yeah. Also, you can do that brilliant bit thing that I love, which is with the dual wielding. Just like in the end of the Matrix when they're invading.
I mean, there are definitely moments.
And your man with the what is his name, Link or Rock or whatever.
Link is one of the guys on the ship. I can't remember what your man's name is.
Your man, he's fucking bang on.
I mean, there are moments in this that are very much Matrixy because of the way the mimics move and the fact that they've got mech suits attacking them, but it's not like ripping it off or anything. It's just like, that's reminiscent of.
I really, really appreciate how even though a lot of like the beach landing scene it's chaotic, but it also has a very clear focal point. So you are following him through all this chaos and it doesn't make it seem as jumbled. You can and it focuses in on little points like the poor fucker who's still attached to the cable, who's on fire, who goes swinging past. It's not overly messy, which I find...
Speaking of chaos and overly messy, should we do a summary before we...
Probably.
Because this tends to be what we do with films that we really, really enjoy, is we're like, this thing and this thing and this thing, and what's the film about? Who cares?
Who gives a shit?
We do, because we always do a summary. Even though the people who are listening have likely watched the film and know what it's about.
I've listened back to our own stuff and forgotten what we've been talking about, and then we do a summary and I'm like, oh shit.
Alright, okay, so maybe the summary is useful then. I just like doing the summary, so I'm going to do the summary. When a deserting officer gets thrown into the front line of a war with aliens, he immediately dies, only to wake up the day before back at boot camp and freshly disgraced. But with the day resetting every time he dies, Private Cage begins to realise this power could potentially turn the tide of war.
Yeah, it's Groundhog Day and Starship Troopers kind of mushed together.
It kind of is.
Like, and I'm cool with that.
With bits of, like, aliens and bits of the Matrix as well.
Yeah, like, I really enjoy the idea.
And a little bit of Arrival.
Yeah, I haven't seen Arrival.
Time traveling, time messing with aliens.
Oh, okay.
No, I haven't seen it either, from what I gather.
But yeah, no, like, it's a really kind of fresh take on an alien invasion, whilst also not... Well, using the Groundhog Day trope,
it's
really, really well, because I've seen it done in, like, obviously the Stargate episode where they're redoing the same day, and it starts with Teal'c getting hit in the face with the door.
Yeah, his day starts,
and ends with like them right in my backswing.
Yeah,
you know, for an episode, but for it to be the premise of the movie, and for them to not you're not sick of the day restarting, because they show you different segments almost every time.
They exploit
the progression is shown through, like, the montages.
If the day resetting is the gimmick of the movie, they exploit that gimmick extremely well in this movie, because he's getting to grips with, like, various things, and
as
like
you learn new information in it, they start to skip over that.
Yeah, like, each run kind of speeds up. It's like, so you know what happens the first time around when he gets thrown into the camp. So the first time he wakes up, we skip over a bunch of that and just show you what he does different.
Which is then going into the suit, and you get some of the suit, and then the drops, and then him meeting Rita and her saying, "Come find me," and then that slows down a bit, and you get kind of
it's all about his training then. So each time he's getting reset.
Favorite montage, which is just all the different him getting shot in the head.
Yep, but yeah, each time that we're going through kind of a series of resets, it's over something different. First, it's just like get through the beach thing. Yeah. Then it's get to her and realize, oh, hang on,
and then he works out how to get to her. So you move on then to the exposition dump then with about like the Omega and everything.
Yeah, you get explained what's actually happening to him.
And then it becomes get through, right, we know what's going on, you haven't got the visions yet, which are the next bit, so your next task is to get off the beach.
Well, it's train until he gets the visions, and then when he gets the visions, it's like
get off the beach.
Get off the beach and get to wherever the visions are telling you.
Which is kind of, and then he starts, as he's going through that, you start to see all the different phases where he's watching her die. He's developing a relationship with her that is completely one-sided.
It is a degree. It is and it isn't, and that's something that I was just kind of thinking about there in terms of, like, he very obviously goes on a character journey, because all this stuff is happening to him, and he
has his very human moments of where he cracks. He has the one where he's like, fuck it, I'm going to do it myself because I can't cope with this, which fails.
But he has memory of it all. It's a character journey and it's a progression for him, but she resets each day with no memory of what's happened the day before.
Yeah, but and puts all her faith in him.
She still kind of goes on a journey character-wise of, she starts off as very, very bitchy, and then it's less bitchy and just kind of guarded, and then by the end of the film she's quite, like, open and maybe not warm, but certainly, like, she has respect for him.
Yeah.
And it's more as a response to each version of him that she gets approached by, because she's meeting him for the first time every day, but he's a slightly different version every day. You know what I mean? So at the start, the first time, he's like a complete coward and he has no idea what's happening to him.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, he's, you know, a war hero.
Fucking Ace Rimmer.
And when she meets him for the first time on the last day before they go on their thing, he's a battle-hardened hero at that point, and she has respect for him. She like kisses him and tells him, you know, I'd love to get to know the man you are. It's like, well, you wouldn't have said that if you met him as he was. And I like that you do get you get to see different versions of her because of how she responds to how he is, if that makes sense. Like,
I love it though when he's like, maybe I can give it to you. Have you tried the sex?
Yeah. How many times?
Maybe you were doing it right. Just don't kill me. Please don't kill me. And then
the various deaths, some of them on the beach are brilliant as well. When he's like running towards her and just gets milled out of it by the truck, and it just, the smash cut then to him running again, but this time he's a step or two ahead and just gets past the truck. All of that, I suppose it's just excellent editing as well. Like,
it's got all, like, it has the get good element with
yes,
like there's side quests and get goods and like, right, I have to go back and try this again.
And there's the fact that we don't necessarily see it all, because when he first actually gets to her on the beach,
he's been through it a few times.
Yeah, because we see when he finally actually gets to her, he starts taking mimics out left, right and centre, like he knows they're coming, and it's like, alright, so each mimic that we see has killed him, and he comes back, kills that mimic, and then gets killed by the next one.
Is it Dark Souls where if you turn left instead of right straight away you die? Because this is basically what that is.
There's so many bits where there's just like, no, we can't go that way. No, we turn that way and we die immediately.
Yeah.
And he spends so long trying to just get to her, and then he spends so long trying to get off the beach as well.
And then even though you see it when they're trying to get into the ministry later on, and he has the grip on her and he's moving her around because he's been through it. I particularly
like that scene as well, because it's
moving
just
through the ministry, and then
the bit where he even literally just spins her around,
talking to Brendan Gleeson, and that whole sequence as well.
Well, yeah, even like that, because he's like, I never, ever, 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 ever managed to convince you.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I think I've convinced him. It's like, no, he's just going to arrest you and you go outside again. Brendan Gleeson was a great addition to this as well, actually. Between him and Bill Paxton.
Yeah, Bill Paxton's so much fun. He's like, I'm off on my ramble.
I think Brendan Gleeson's so much fun just because of, how his character reacts to just the very nature of this coward before him.
Yeah.
Like, he's just so incensed by it, but he never lets it, visibly show. He doesn't get angry with him or anything.
He just gets really sarcastic.
Just like, are you threatening me? And he's like, oh no, it's okay, don't worry. Let's just get you arrested and shipped off.
Yeah.
But you kind of, in one way, you do kind of feel for him, that him being Cage, because
he's like, why won't anybody? It's the Cassandra problem.
Well, no, sorry, early Cage. Like, he's a complete coward.
Yeah, he was like, I was in like RTOC, which I think is that.
No, he says
he was in media. He was going into PR. He was
running an advertising firm.
Yeah.
And when the war started, that got taken off him, and he got put into army PR.
Yeah.
So
he was like talking about how he has recruited
he's good at what he does. He's driven up recruitment numbers and stuff
he's
like
in
that.
advertising.
But in that sense,
it's incredible that he cares.
I kind of feel for him, because I'm like, you didn't,
you
got conscripted,
like a dude.
And but then at the same time, he's in advertising, so I also don't feel for him. But he plays it so well that the two of them do in that first scene where it's Cage finding out that he's getting sent to the front line.
Because he's so cocky, and then he's being all like, you can't do this.
Yeah, no, you no.
Yes, I can.
I'm an American. Oh no, you're
under
my
part of the United Nations, or we're United.
Yeah, it's like you've been transferred to my command. Yeah. I am now your boss, and he's like, oh shit, blackmail. Let's try some blackmail. Oh, that didn't work.
Yeah, and then he's a deserter.
And then we get introduced to Farrell, and Farrell is just Farrell's great fun, because
I would love to see Farrell
him
in the Super Troopers universe.
But nothing phases him, and he's just like every different version of Cage that appears before him, he just more or less goes through the exact same thing. And even when he's getting like told stuff that he shouldn't, that Cage shouldn't know, he's just like,
when he's asking about the town name, and he's like, don't know, never cared that.
Yeah.
It's just so matter of fact, and it's such a different Bill Paxton role as well. Because there is somebody in this that's basically like, we'll put them in charge. So to have him just being...
Oh, well, you can't always put him in those roles. So,
it is just really fun to see him just being the hard ass. Smart ass.
And I like, his various little speeches.
Making them eat the playing cards.
But
also the extent, like, there's no fight back over that, like just the straight up acceptance of, we are now eating the playing cards because the rule was set.
Yeah.
He's not a dude to be fucked with either.
Oh yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yes.
Oh, that would be so horrible, the plastic coating.
Yeah, it wouldn't be pleasant, but then it's not supposed to be.
No.
But yeah, he's great just because he's just so consistent.
The first time that he wakes up and he's spewing all the not nonsense, but like everything that's going to happen.
Well, I think that's the second or third time when they duct tape him.
When they duct tape him up and he's just like hanging there with a big piece of duct tape on his face.
But then, apart from Cage and Rita and Farrell and the General. You've just got J Squad, which I just kind of have as, and the rest.
Yeah.
Because I don't really care about them.
Yeah, they're kind of there. You do, like, it's just that it's like, oh, this is the squad that...
They're just there because he needs somebody to interact with, and then he needs a squad at the end of the film to support him.
Yeah, and, like, the reason he's chosen them is because he has this knowledge of them from having interacted with them so many times.
Yeah.
He's picked up stuff about them.
And, like there are good bits with them. Like, the fight scene, there are some fun bits with them, but, like, ultimately, I can remember, like, 2 of their names. Mm. Like, I wasn't even sure that one of them had any lines. I think he's only got one. The guy who I kept calling Cheech.
Yeah.
It was like Yugoslavian Cheech.
He looks like an old-timey strongman.
He kind of does.
He's very much got old-timey strongman features.
And there's...
And I mean that in the most loving of ways. It's a very distinct face.
It's like...
And, like, he looks like he should have a beautiful lady in, like, cheetah print on his shoulder. He just does. That's what I get.
But it's like they all have to have, like... I mean, the
one defining feature.
Well,
apparently, there's a Japanese guy who we only see at the very end.
There's a Japanese guy. Yeah. There's a black guy. There's an Aussie guy. There's Yugoslavian Cheech. There's a girl. There's a fat guy, and then there's one other guy.
Yeah.
And he's just the other guy because the rest of them have one defining.
He's the psycho, apparently. He's very aggressive.
But like the rest of them, I suppose, but the rest of them all have an obvious defining characteristic. So he's the one with no characteristics, and that's how we define it. But yeah, they are. They're largely just there, and even when they die, it's like,
okay,
I can't really remember how they go. I suppose it doesn't matter because it's reset.
Yeah,
but
because you see them all then, like
at the end. So because they don't give any weight to their deaths, I also kind of don't care about their lives during. Like I say, there are fun bits with the squad, but yeah, they're very much just and the rest. You know, little Cage, little Rita, and the rest. But the action in it as well, though, is
I love the mimic design, actually, because they do kind of look like kitties. That's how I'm going to die.
Well, the alphas kind of do. The mimics are just like a rolling ball of tentacles.
They look like a Pokemon.
It took me ages to realise that they actually, like...
Fire things, that
they have projectiles.
I was like, well, it makes sense, because, like, in Starship Troopers, the bugs had those big giant bug things that fired up into space.
But, like, are they weapons?
Or the energy?
Or is it just, like, what the mimics are? Like, is it like, like in Starship Troopers where it's a biological...
Poop.
No, but it's a biological feature. It's a defense mechanism.
Flaming
like,
balls of poop?
Well, but like spitting venom. You know what I mean? Is it that kind of thing? Or are they weapons? Because we don't know an awful lot about them.
No, they seem to have just been this like kind of overwhelming force and nobody's ever... I'm sure they're being studied.
They've got a hive mind type thing going on, clearly, and they have like a structure and levels and a hierarchy. But like, are they...
technologically advanced? They seem to come in... Like they literally rode in on a meteorite.
Yeah, and are each of the
also,
things
that's not Hamburg, where they're like on the map. They're like, oh, you're hitting Hamburg, and it's like Hamburg's not that. I've been in Hamburg. Hamburg's not that far south.
And they have bioluminescence of some kind, and
they seem to be quite adapt to water. They seem to actually be quite in terms of like alien design. They are incredibly adaptive to because they seem to be able to move freely across like land, air, not air, but water, land obstacles because of the many tentacle type limbs.
Well, the mimics look like those. They kind of look. I've seen like
some sea
rovers. No, like rovers, like space. You know, like for Mars rovers and things like that. Designs that work very much like that, but with
series of tubes.
Yeah, well, not tube, but like connecting nodes, but they move in very much the same way as the mimics do. But yeah, no, I'm like, are they? Yeah, technologically advanced. Are they firing things?
The Omega looks like a chrysanthemum opening up because they have all the little fronds and then the weird swirling death ball in the middle.
Yeah,
that looked kind of like a little bit like a clam.
But I take it that it's supposed to just be kind of like
some organism.
And well, no, like with the aliens at large are a small invasion force. Like they crash and land on they're in the meteor, and it's the Omega and maybe a couple of alphas, and then. Does the Omega create mimics like, or they don't really go into it, and I'm kind of okay with it because they don't they explain as much as they need to explain, you know.
We just kind of thought a bit too much into it. They might go into it more in the manga.
No, I'd be interested to see if they do actually.
Well, you were saying, is this being made into a series?
It's being made into an anime by Warner Bros, I think. Well, the manga is being made into anime.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, no, I'm okay with the aliens being vague.
Yeah.
As I say, it was just when I realised that they were actually shooting things, I was like, oh, are they carrying guns? Or is it just like a thing they do? You were saying they were
early design was Guillermo del Toro, but I don't know how early design could be.
Oh, how much of it kind of continued on through. I'd see it more maybe in the alphas.
Yeah.
Probably than I could be wrong, like in just the general mimics.
Yeah, because they are more like stylized, large cat, that kind of muzzle shape.
But yeah, the action overall is pretty top notch, particularly when they're storming the beach and he's actually competent. At the point where he's competent, he's like literally running rings around his around J Squad at one point.
Yeah, and they're like, new guy,
what's his name again? That scene in particular where the two of them, Rita and Cage, are just hammering through all the mimics, and there's a lot of melee kills from both of them.
Yeah.
Fucking excellent. The original beach scene is great just for the chaos of it all.
And the panic that he has, because there's
there's not a lot of action in terms of like mimics getting killed, but there's a lot of action going on.
Yeah, because he is utterly panicked, and it is the everyman reaction to being thrust into that situation. Versus the final beach scene where it's competent and I know what I'm doing. I have this on no save run.
Yeah, that's nearly the run he does when he actually tries to go and look for the Omega the first time. Yeah, when he goes without Rita. Yeah, and he's like, "Give me all the extra batteries and all this munition. I need everything. I'm doing a solo run." Yeah. But yeah, you kind of actually mentioned that earlier. That
like free balling it on one health pack.
There are moments where you can see the psychological toll that it's taking on him, and I like that they address that too, where it's that one where he goes on the solar run is just because he's sick of seeing her die so many times.
Like dead set, like in the cockpit, like they're making fun of him and he quips back. And they're all like,
oh, okay.
Go look over here now.
Or when he goes off and goes and has a beer. Yeah. Kind of has a break of that point. It's the toll of being killed himself so many times.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm normally dead by now.
Yeah, it did make me question though what would happen, because he dies then shortly after saying that anyway.
Yeah, what would happen if he just
What would happen if he doesn't die?
Yeah.
Like, will he get to the end of the day, or would he get to the point where that alpha was killed and the day would automatically restart? Well, no, he can't anyway, because he gets past that point a number of times. So yeah, will it just keep going until he does die, and then he goes all the way back? Yeah, they explain the mechanics of that just enough, I suppose,
to make you go, oh, okay, let's not look into it a bit more.
But like it.
Particularly the guy who's come up with it is like has been diagnosed as like a paranoid schizophrenic and stuff as well. Yeah. They're like, we're literally going off the ramblings of a certified madman.
Is there anything we didn't like?
No, I do.
Well, I like the J Squad thing I mentioned already.
Yeah. No, I find this film to be really enjoyable. There's not a lot of it I don't like that, like, where I would be like, oh, I don't like the scene, skip through or whatever. There's some bits that are slow, but you only have to sit through them once. It's not like you have to repeat the cutscenes.
Yeah, there's nothing that's ever too slow. I think the pace of it's really well.
Yeah, and each little kind of montagey style section that you get has a different theme. It's a different point in the story. Yeah. So you'll get information, then you'll get a montage sequence of him trying that until he like unlocks the next level. Yeah. Then you get more info. Then next montage to achieve that goal.
They move into it very quick at the start as well, because they give you the kind of the setting of, well, here's the setting of what's going on, aliens, and then the individual setting of Cage's situation, and he gets booted in there and dies and starts coming back to life, and we get our chunk of time on the beach, and then it moves on through each section fairly quickly enough, and I don't think any section really drags.
No, and the fact that in the montages they do speed up as well, where you'll get longer like in the training sequence there's longer hits where you see him getting hit, and then it turns down to the gunshots, and then it's just her going again, and it's like maggot again. Until that's when he has the bit of a break and is like, fuck it, I'm doing it myself.
Well, I'm going to the pub.
Yeah, that's it. Like, they speed up until he has either a breakthrough or a breakdown.
Yeah. I don't think there's much else that I don't like. Like, the J Squad thing, they're just kind of there. They are expendable as characters. The only other thing is the mimics kind of suffer from diminishing returns in as much as they're so effective at the start on that first beach scene. Yeah. Like, a single mimic is taking out several guys in suits and things like that. Like, I know that they're overwhelming and they're not expecting them all to be there, but then to the point where we get to the end of the film, and I know it's two very experienced soldiers, but they've got no armor, and they're just taking out mimics like
left, right, and
center with just handguns and just shotguns.
Like, well, in fairness, a shotgun close up is going to detonate most things.
But he's like limping around and stuff. It's just that the mimics feel like less of a threat as we go on.
It's almost like the Omega's letting them in.
Well, it wants to. The Omega does want to close the loop as well.
Yeah.
And you see that in the trap that it sets for him.
Yeah.
That lures him to this area, and there's an alpha there waiting for him, and the alpha doesn't try and kill him initially. I think it's just going to try and hold him there.
Yeah.
And he kills himself there. Isn't that the whole thing?
Yeah.
He's like, I need to get away before this guy captures me because he ain't trying to kill me. But it could be that the Omega... But I doubt the Omega wants it to get to where
that's why
I
think that was the thing at the end with the grenades as well. It would never have let it get that close if it hadn't gotten that,
But yeah, no, I think it's not a big thing because it would be different if, say, like, Rita managed to, like, best the alpha at the end there.
Yeah.
That would have been a touch too far. But yeah, I just found, like, once that in that final run when it's only Rita and him left, they're killing mimics very easily compared to the start of the film. But it's not a very big thing, and as I say, you could just be like, well, they're super experienced and super good at what they do at this point. Other than that, no, there's very, very
it's
little
a
that
very,
I dislike.
very rewatchable movie.
Yes.
And it's a very enjoyable rewatch because you're like, oh, I forgot about that death, or oh, that bit, or also the little shrieky noises Tom Cruise makes the whole way throughout this.
There's like, loads of little bits to appreciate like that, like just little small
when
things.
When he gets paranoid, he's like, I can't feel any, but he can only feel his lips.
Yes.
And she's explaining to him why he has to die. Yeah. And he's like, please don't do this to me.
Yeah.
Please don't. And it's the first time she kills him.
Yeah.
That whole moment is so good. I do really appreciate Tom Cruise in this. Like, you do get to see a lot of his range from like the like self-assured kind of Tom Cruise, to Tom Cruise being really bad at stuff.
Tom and Bill are probably the best in this.
Yeah.
Both character-wise and acting-wise.
Yeah.
They really both had fun with it.
Because I wouldn't normally be a Tom Cruise fan. There's a couple of roles.
I'm not massive.
Vampire Lestat.
Yeah.
One or two other things, but I do enjoy him in this because I think it's Tom Cruise being bad at something.
Yes.
Like, it's a man who is not like
he's not put like in this environment.
He's a dickhead.
He's a coward.
You're kind of glad that he's dead. Like, you get the joy in all the deaths, and then the deaths kind of tone down as you start to realise that, okay, he's changing.
But yeah,
and you're like, no, I don't want you to die.
Although that's it, that first death that they give him looks great when the alpha's blood actually melts
and it's melting into his face.
Yeah, that looks cool. That looks really, really good. But yeah, then after that, it's like, he's come back to life and he's going to. It's like we can start to have fun with it.
It got a little bit like Acme styley deaths as well, which I appreciated.
My favourite one is probably the
getting run over by the car.
Getting run over by the trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the high pitched scream. It's so good.
Or I'd say, failing that, the one where they get the thing for injecting into him, and they think the generals agreed to them, and the second they walk outside, there's a whole lot of people pointing guns at them, and she's like, oh well, and shoots him in the head, and it's another like smash cut to them driving a car in the car park.
Yeah.
Little things like that I really, really enjoy about this film, where it's just the implication is, right, well, they realise that didn't work, so we skip everything
straight to the parking garage,
straight back to what they were doing different this time. But yeah, the humour in it's great as well.
Emily Blunt is so dry and so deadpan and very matter of fact, and things like when he's talking about like, have you tried sex to transfer it, and he's like talking rings around it.
He's like, well, have you tried? Well.
Maybe you're not doing it right, and she's like, yes
and she's like,
how
you mean sex?
I did do it properly. What are you insinuating?
Yeah. But yeah, most of the joy and humour just comes from funny deaths and funny ways. Yeah. If not the death itself being funny, the way in which they frame it. So excellent props to that.
The caravan, the destruction of the caravan. Top Gear would be so proud.
Yes.
In a fucking Renault Espace.
Yes.
I just loved them ripping the door off. It was like, okay, yeah, cars are not designed to have exosuits in them.
No, and you can see as well, though, where the two of them are driving and they're supposed to be in the suits.
Yeah.
So there's no way two people
would fit in the car in those suits. Not a chance
not in those suits.
Like, I know they've ripped both doors off.
But yeah, no, just no. Right, so if that was us attempting to talk about things we didn't like, and there wasn't much.
No.
Highlights then?
I don't know if there's any, like, standout moment in it. Like, it gives you just enough of everything.
Yeah, it is one of those things where, like...
Like, you get that kind of quiet reflection moment where he's, like, fucking off to have a pint. He's still then being slapped with the reality of it when you have, like, the older veteran calling him a coward.
Yeah.
And that the fact that he can't just run away from his problems either.
Yeah.
Like, yes, he is just like an every guy, but he has something that the rest of them don't have. He has an advantage.
Yeah.
And it's kind of driving home for him the fact that if he doesn't do anything, the world's fucked.
Well, yeah, that and the fact that London gets attacked there.
Yeah.
So it is like, oh no, I can't run away from it.
Yeah.
No, I think, for me, there's nothing that's like massive, like, oh my god, this thing is amazing and blows me away aspect of this film, but it's a really, really good all-rounder. You know what I mean? Like, the acting is good, the script is good, the visuals are great.
Yeah. No, I really,
you know
really
what I mean? The story as well.
The
like I said, they
on it as
they
well.
exploit, for me, actually, probably the way they exploit their main gimmick would be the real high point. Like, they're so good at just
it's not
showing...
a tedious time loop movie.
No, there's no point in it that's tedious, and they exploit that thing so well.
Groundhog Day, as much as I love it, gets a little bit draggy around the middle.
Yeah, because it would have been, I suppose, very easy for them to just have it as a straight linear progression of trying this thing.
You get the 3 acts of it almost, like.
But just keep trying, get off the beach, and then get to the next thing, and then get to the next thing. But they keep having to kind of go off in different directions.
Yeah.
Where it's like, right, well, the beach thing
didn't quite work. We
need to get you trained up. Now you're getting the visions. We need to go on off and do that. Oh, that actually hasn't worked out. We got to try and go and get this thing off the general.
Yeah.
And then I like as well that the final
has nothing to do with anything that's come before it.
Well, the final mission they've removed, so they do essentially try and up the stakes.
Yeah.
By he's not got the power anymore.
Yeah.
So this run is real. If either of them die, they're dead.
This is the
I think that's
final run.
Probably why I was so kind of annoyed with the fact that J Squad's deaths there have no weight to them, because it's like, right, he's not got the power, so the stakes are upped. But who cares how and when these other people die? Yeah,
because that's the whole thing. They're like, what happens if an alpha bleeds on us? It's about Damien. He's like, you take one for the team.
Which he then does.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think there's that the gimmick thing is probably, for me, the strongest point of the movie. But yeah, overall, it is just a really good all-rounder, and everything else is...
It's a really enjoyable good action film. Like, just is. It's a straight-up, really enjoyable action film. It's not a super convoluted sci-fi film. It's really not convoluted at all. Like...
Yeah, no, because they could get bogged. There's other aspects that they could easily get bogged in.
Looper can get a bit boggy, like when they were talking about how that works, because Emily Blunt's in Looper as well. She was was she in the Adjustment Bureau? She's been in a lot of time loop movies.
I would call Looper a time travel movie.
Yeah, as opposed to a loop, yeah.
I would put a distinction between time travel movies and time loop movies, because you don't really have to deal with like paradoxes and like weird time travel rules. In a loop, you're just living the same day.
Listen to Fry, Mr. I'm my own grandpa.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have to worry about being his own grandpa.
I did do the nasty and the pasty.
Yeah, because
there is no past mastification in this one.
No, there's, and I appreciate that they don't.
There's no love story. They could have done like a piney love thing, and it's not a piney love thing.
No, yeah, you can see.
But he admires her, and he has
just affection. Does have affection growing for her, yeah. But they don't lay into it too heavily at all. Beyond
like that moment when he approaches her and he turns and walks away. It's because he just can't bear to see somebody else he's come to care for die again.
Yeah.
And he can't stop it. It's the same when he has the moment with her at the helicopter and he's like, you never make it past this.
Yeah.
I can't find out. I cannot get you past this point.
And I like that.
And I can't bring myself to watch you die again.
Well, it's not just that. He points out, and I like that he points out, it's like, we're at the final point here. Yeah. Like, this is or what they think is the final push. He's like, if you die here and I go on and kill the Omega, you stay dead.
You stay dead,
yeah. It's not just that I have to watch you die again, it's that you stay dead.
And you can't stay dead.
Yeah, and she's like, why does that matter? Even then, they could have gone for like, because I love you.
No, but
and
he's
they
like,
don't.
You're a symbol of hope for people. Like,
yeah,
you're held up. You're the angel of Verdun. I do like the fact that the dude she knocks out when she's like, oh my god, it's a Full Metal bitch.
Oh,
that's Emily Blunt's brother.
Yeah.
Just.
But I think as well, he's like, I don't want, like, you're only here because you're helping me, like, you know what I mean? So you shouldn't have to die just because you're helping me.
Because I can't get you past here as well. So that's why he's like, I need you to turn around and go back. Like,
it's not for nothing then. Whereas then at the end of the film, when he's like, I'll go and distract the Alpha, you take out the Omega. She's like, no, neither of us are making it out of this situation. So the best hope for the plan to succeed is the one who's got a working leg does the running. Yeah. And you hobble in there with the grenades and die beside it. And at that point he's realised and understood, but it's not a pointless death.
I do like his Hank Scorpio for nothing. Condiment pockets. He's like, oh, you want some sugar? I got some sugar. Oh, you want some milk?
You want some cream?
Yeah.
No. But yeah, no, it is. It's just overall a really, really enjoyable Tom Cruise action film. And I mean, Tom Cruise does good action films. He does good action.
If you doesn't
always do good sci-fi films.
No, but if you play Tom Cruise bingo, this hits a lot of them. Like, he's on a motorbike, he's in a helicopter.
He does some running.
He drives a car. He jumps out of something.
I feel like they don't tell me you're afraid of flying. No, afraid of crashing. If you had Tom Cruise bingo, it'll definitely... Yeah. You'll definitely fill some of the cards.
Big angry Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm. I would be interested in seeing the anime, and I'd definitely be interested in reading the manga. I don't think it's the type of film that needs a reboot or a sequel.
No. It's done. I don't think there's nothing in it I would fix or it could be improved on. I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed the beach scenes, actually. I think they're probably my favourite sequences, just again because there's so much going on, but every time you hear they do the reset, like the plane landing on your man. Yeah. Like that moment. There's moments that you keep hitting over and over again, and then you see how they change. Yeah. And I really like that. And how tedious must that have been to fucking film?
And I think they do it right as well, because they have all those beach scenes, and then they split it up with all the other stuff that goes on with
where
Rita.
She's like learning the path as well.
Yeah, before they go back to the beach. Yeah. And you see them really kicking ass, so it's nice they kind of separate those sections out.
Because it could be a little bit too much to get like all these big sequences. So I like the way it's broken down, so you get like an info dump and on you go.
But yeah, I think you're right that the earlier beach scene is more fun just because of the way it is constructed, and you see all the various stages, things they're taking him out, things he's making through, and there's few small bits of competencies that he's getting along the way. It's just a damn good action film. Damn good action sci-fi. Can't remember when I first saw it. Didn't see it in the cinema. Slept on it for a while.
It was kind of lured in by Tom Cruise dies over and over and over again.
I think, did it come out around the same time as Oblivion? And I was like, there's a whole lot of Tom Cruise sci-fis. I'm not going to watch any of them.
There was there was a glut of like time travel or time, like the Adjustment Bureau, which was that one where they're like,
that was a bit earlier.
But that was also Emily Blunt.
Because this was 2014, yeah?
But there was a load of like,
like Interstellar would have been around that time.
There was a load of like, and Life and things like that, where it was all like either like hard sci-fi to a certain degree.
This is not hard sci-fi.
No. Or there was actiony, or there was like a lot of playing around in like Philip K. Dick stories.
Well, the Adjustment Bureau is a Philip K. Dick one.
Or Arthur C. Clarke and stuff like that. Like there was a big push into all of that coming up around like 2012 to 2015ish.
Yeah, there was a lot, and I haven't seen a lot of them.
Yeah, there was just so many of them. I could not be fucking bothered.
I just
go back and watch Dark Star.
I can't remember how I came to this because of that. It was like it came out and I was like, and then somebody told me it was good, and
I was like it's good for a laugh,
and it really, really was.
Yeah,
and I very much enjoyed the second watch just as much.
You can think as much into it as you want, because we were talking about how does the day reset, because at the very end he wakes up back. And it's the very, very start of the day when we were having like a big mad conversation about how do the mimics possibly work, and then do the Omegas work differently, because he gets covered in the Omega goo at the end.
Yeah, it's...
like, so you can take it just for what it is, which is Mab-ass
Oh, you don't have to think about it.
It can be as Mab-ass Bloomy as you like, or you can start having like really deep philosophical like discussions.
Maybe not philosophical,
but about the nature of how the Omega is without knowing anything about how the Omega works, but he's got goo.
Yeah, because they're vague enough in the mechanics of the aliens. Yeah,
if you can kind of
sit around and hypothesize about it. Like,
yeah.
But equally, you can just sit and watch and go, they're alien bad guys.
Although I'm still at like, how do they get, like, you can't, it's a military installation, you can't just take
A helicopter, a dropship.
Yeah, and an entire squad can just disappear. Like,
and at that point, he doesn't have the power anymore, so it's not like he's...
Especially on, like, the eve of, like, the biggest one, like, basically... The D-Day landings take 2.
I don't know, like, because none of the squad are pilots as far as we're aware. Yeah. So, we'll just have to skip over that bit, apparently.
I was like, how?
There, that's the thing you didn't like.
That was the one point where I was like, how did they... No, you can't do... Like, you can't... I know, like, in the US and stuff, people have just, like, walked into military bases and taken tanks, but not in an active combat, like, preparation zone.
But you just said that people have just walked in and taken tanks, so, I mean...
Like, that's on, like, not busy.
That's, not during a war, but it's civilians going in and doing it. So I'm sure people in the army during a time of war can manage to steal it.
Yeah, but a jump ship is very different.
Than a tank.
Yeah. Also, that was the thing in the caravan park. Like, in Europe, we don't put the keys up under the windscreen visor.
Yes, you don't. That's not
not where we leave keys.
That's not where we leave keys. I'm not telling you where we leave keys, but we don't leave keys under visors. It's just not a thing.
No, we don't leave them in the car. Especially if you drive a Ford van, because they lock themselves.
Yes. Yep.
So, like...
You lock the car and you leave the key somewhere else.
Yeah.
Then the car is safely locked. And psychopaths in mech suits can't steal your car.
Well, in fairness, they do just rip the doors off.
Yeah.
Are you going to tell them now?
No, I'm dead in that situation. Because if I lived in that caravan park, I'd be dead along with everybody else.
Oh, French holiday caravan parks.
They are an experience.
They really are.
An experience for another day. But yeah, no, I think that about wraps it up for Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah. No, it is very, very
just fun. Action sci-fi.
It really is.
With surprisingly entertaining Tom Cruise.
No, Tom Cruise, I get, like, he can't have a career that, like, massive without being entertaining.
Oh, yeah,
but this is fun because it's watching him do the things he's really good at doing, which is hard action.
Yeah.
But it's almost like
kind of getting thrown around the place.
Yeah, get absolutely milled out of it by everything. And those suits were fucking heavy too, because he was like, I don't want them to be too CGI, so they were like actual quite heavy suits.
Yeah,
making poor little Emily Blunt fucking cry the first time she tried it on. She was like, I can't do this for 5 months, which fair enough, like.
Yeah, and well, because the mimics and the alphas are so not obviously CG, but they're very like, not translucent. They're not practical effects. They're not, they're not in camera effects. To have everybody actually in mech suits the whole time adds to it, you know what I mean?
They move differently as well in the suits. Like, you can see that it is an obvious effort to move around in them.
Yeah.
And that, like, that's also a great transition as well from how cumbersome even he is in the suit at the start to him, like, sprinting in it.
Yeah, doing like flippy shit.
Yeah, doing some fucking mad flippy shit.
Yep. Well, apparently that didn't wrap it up for the Edge of Tomorrow. This does, though.
Yes.
Yeah, no, dude, check it out if you haven't watched it in a while. It's great fun. As for us, we don't know what we're doing next week, do we?
No, we have to go find out.
No, we'll have to go and find something. Well, we nearly didn't do this because I was like, it's up on streaming, let's go watch it. And then it wasn't. But we did have it on a hard drive somewhere. So hooray, piracy. But yes, we'll be back next week with our back to usual unplanned films.
Yep.
In the meantime, if you want, you can head over and check out our other podcast, Mono Rants the Boys. You can go back and listen to previous episodes of this podcast. Or you can come and chat with us on Twitter at RantsMono, on Instagram at monorants_the_boys, or on Blue Sky at monorants. Or you can send your own rants to monorantspodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll chat soon.
Slán.
Bye.